It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
The post-race press conferences for the Carfax 250. And we're joined by our second and third place finishers. First off, Brian Vickers, number 32 ABF Freight Toyota, and Tony Stewart, number 20 Old Spice Give Kids the World Toyota. And maybe we can just hear a little bit from each of you about your run today. Brian, go ahead and start off.
It was a good run. To be quite honest with you, you don't want to come across greedy, but at the same time, I'm getting sick and tired of not winning one of these races. I feel like every race that we've been in, we've led. We just haven't led the right lap. Really proud of ABF Toyota guys. We, had a great car all day. I feel like on new tires at the beginning, Carl was a little bit better than us. I could run around there almost wide open, and he just, I don't know if it was I really feel like it was the power difference between, the Ford and the Toyotas having that new plate. When you run around there practically wide open around the bottom, there's really not much else you can do. As the run continued and the tires wore out, I felt like the handling of our car really came into play more. We can move up to the top, and keep the engine wound up, which the Toyotas have always liked, and I think it's even more important now with the smaller plate on the Toyota. And when I could get up to the top, as the tires wore off, we could really get good runs, and and really had a good car to compete for the win, but we just ran out of time, and Carl got too far ahead of us there at the last run, and just didn't have enough time to catch him.
Tony, your thoughts?
Yeah, we had a good day. I mean, this was our last race with Joe Gibbs Racing in the Nationwide Series, and just really thankful to Dave Rogers and all the guys on the Old Spice team and Armor All at Daytona and Z-Line Designs. It's been fun to run that car this year and to run for Dave, who was, I think everybody knows was an engineer on the Cup team years ago. So it's kind of one of those days you're kind of sad the year's over from this standpoint, but I'm so proud of Dave and all those guys and all the JGR organization, the 18 team and the 20 team. They've done just amazing things in the last couple of years. So just really proud of them, and we got in a great battle there. To me, it reminded me of being what I can imagine Daytona was like without restrictor plates and with a slingshot and everything. You could get 2 or 3 guys there, and it really got racy and fun. And that's something that, I don't think I've ever been a part of anything that was that much fun here at Michigan. I mean, it gave you a chance that these cars were so momentum driven, and with the horsepower that we've had taken away, it really made that even more critical today to make sure that you kept your momentum up and didn't get the car bound up in any way. So, but when you could get 2 or 3 guys like that, it was really fun. I mean, you guys could go in below you, slide up in front of you, and you could turn and go back underneath them, and that's something I don't think I've ever seen here at Michigan. So it was a fun day. I mean, it was fun to early in the race we got with Carl and Brian, and that pretty much to me set the tone for the day of knowing who was going to be good all day and be there at the end of the race, and that's the way it shaped up.
We'll take questions for Brian and Tony. You have a question, raise your hand. We'll also take questions from upstairs in the press box. Have a wireless, just give us your name and affiliation.
Seth Clark from NASCAR Scene. What's that?
Name and affiliation.
Oh, I got it. Almost forgot. Both of you touched on it as far as the Toyota difference in the engine and everything. How much of a difference did it actually make as far as the race itself today? Do you think that made the difference in the race, and did it do its job, even in your eyes, of evening out the field?
I don't know. I thought, it's like Brian said. I mean, I felt like I had to rely on cars in front of me to draft with, at the beginning of a run, and when we got in the lead there toward the end, once the tires fell off, I think we were in the same situation Brian was speaking about earlier. I mean, it seemed like the handling, became more important, and once we could then get away from those guys, it helped. But you really had to have somebody blow a corner to get far enough ahead to break that draft. So, but it seemed like at the front of a run, you just kind of. We just kind of rode with the guys in front of us, and we were running just as hard as they were. Just that's all you had. And then as laps went on and we got some age on the tires, I think it came to us at least.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with the same thing. I mean, you say did it accomplish, what they were looking for. I personally felt like, on average, throughout a run, especially towards the end of a run, through the corner, Tony and I probably had the best car. And the 60, is probably a little bit better down the straightaway, especially on new tires. But on old tires, I think that your corner speeds dictated more your straightaway speeds. Well, a Ford won. I mean, if that was their goal, to not have us in victory lane, then I would say that it accomplished what they were trying to do. If the goal was to make the power between their engines and our engines the same, well, it didn't accomplish that goal. I feel like we're down now, where before we were pretty much even to most guys, ahead of some. So it depends on what you say. Did it accomplish their goal? I don't know what their goal was.
I'll say this, though. I went to lap a car, and the car was about 2 car widths to the inside of me, and we were the same speed down the straightaway, and I know I was running 10 mile an hour faster off the corner than they were, and a third of the way down the straightaway we were running exactly the same speed and ran the same speed down the straightaway. And I don't know, it was the 01 car, whatever manufacturer it is, I don't know, but it was the 01 car. So, it's that doesn't make you feel very good as a driver, knowing that a guy you're trying to lap can run the same speed down the straightaway you can after, killing him up off the corner like we did. And he pinched it off to give us room on the outside.
Okay, do we have any more? One more from Jeff. Go ahead.
Tony, you talked also about your last ride with the 20. Can you talk about before the race? What were the emotions like, knowing that was it with the guys? I think you took pictures with them and stuff like that. Did you kind of reflect at all about your time with them?
Well, we had a special day too today because we had to give the Kids the World paint scheme, and Emily Marsalo was here, the young girl that actually came up with the design for the paint scheme. So we had her and her family here, and I'm going to go see the guys right now. I mean, I never thought it would be such a big deal, but it has been. I mean, and it feels like it right now. It's it's not like I want to ever see those guys again, but at the same time, I mean, I know that's the last time I'm going to get a chance to drive that car for that group of guys, and it's fun when you're having success with a team. You hate for that to end, and especially with a good group of people like we had there. And I got a great group of guys on our Cup side too, but when you have and you're a part of a record-breaking season like we are, it's you never want to see that streak end and that partnership end, but. They're always full of compliments when you get there. Their attitude is always good, and this is a team that's had to juggle around 4 drivers all year. So to do that and continue to have that kind of success, I mean, it really makes you proud to be a part of that, and it makes you appreciate the hard work and effort that those guys do and put forth every week. So I was kind of like, man, to a certain degree, it's like, wow, that eases up my schedule for the rest of the year. But it's like, now that it's here, it's like I wish I was running next week again. And so it's bittersweet for sure.
Any more questions? All right, guys, we're clear. Congratulations. Nice effort today.